Today I am watching Peaky Blinders Season 5, Episode 1. Season 4 ended with Tommy running for the Labour Party and he was successful, so I'm very curious to see what him and Jesse Eden will be up to in this season. Alfie died at the end of last season, Luca died at the end of last season, and Tommy sent Michael to America to take over the Italian business. They mentioned Al Capone, so I'm very curious to see if that character will come to life and we'll get to see more characters from history in the show. I love history, so I'm very excited about that. We saw Lizzie had a baby as well. I'm really enjoying the series so far. They usually bring in new characters every season, so I'm very curious to see what the new additions will be to this season. I really enjoyed Adrian Brody and Tom Hardy in the previous season, so I'm very curious to see who the new people will be in this. Please no spoilers. I'm really enjoying the show. Thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and check back often for more awesome content. Oh yeah, okay, I was gonna say if they're gonna do a time jump. Okay, 1929. And the same theme song. I love this theme song, so I'm very excited they've kept it throughout. Different variations sometimes, but still. It's such a beautifully shot show. The cinematography has been amazing. I'm guessing this is a dream, maybe? I don't know why there'd be a phone booth out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, we saw Finn being more involved last season. And obviously he'd be older now as well, so... What was that machine that was giving out the numbers? Oh my, Monte Carlo. We're traveling the world this season. All right. And spicy. Oh, Polly. I recognize that actress. I haven't seen any credits yet, but I feel like she was in Queen's Gambit, most recently coming to mind.
In New York City at 6 a.m., the Wall Street Stock Exchange crashed.
Oh, Black Friday.
I was definitely on board.
I think that's what it's called. I know it was in 1929. Oh, shoot. Yeah, it was a bad time to expand to America. Oh, shoot. I'm curious if they'll ever say how much money they actually lost. I love it when they incorporate, like, actual historical dates into the show.
We're not going to London anymore. We're going straight to Birmingham.
There are other passengers.
Not anymore.
She's like, yeah. Oh, Polly. And Mr. Gold's back. Yeah, excellent. So far, everybody else seems like they're back.
You love me. That's the truth.
Gina, wait, come on.
I want to meet your family.
Oh,
Famous last words. Yeah. Other than Ada, we haven't seen Ada yet, but everybody else.
no. Now you've heard of us.
Short conversation, but yeah, they know who you are now.
Just fucking get the thing out of me and sew me up. Just do it.
Yep. Oh, God. At least it was just your arm.
Give me your blade.
Oh, God. Yeah, keep drinking, Finn.
Told you throwing up on your sister's furniture.
But bleeding on it's okay.
From between two ribs, 1 inch from the heart. Mind you, it was a horse. The horse did die.
Not the most comforting story. Oh, God. What are they burying? A horse?
Dangerous, my beautiful horse.
Oh.
Michael held on.
They told him to take the stock out, I'm guessing, and he didn't.
Michael.
He's not coming home ever. Oh my god. Tommy's just like, he can't process how mad he is right now. Oh my god.
Michael held on and carried on dancing and playing.
Yes, very much so.
People! Listen to me!
Did they lose everything? I'm very curious how much trouble they're in here.
Sometimes, death is a kindness. Come on.
I feel like that's gonna be a very awkward reunion between Tommy and Michael. Yeah, somebody must have tipped them off, I guess, or they had some kind of information that they knew this was gonna happen.
What am I, a genie? You summoned me up with your little bottle of dope.
Oh, still talking to Grace.
To take the opportunity that God and the New York Stock Exchange has presented to you.
What? How is he gonna take that as an opportunity? Or Arthur would take the fall if something goes bad? I mean, I'm not surprised. I doubt Tommy would ever take the fall for what's happening, but still. Oh, hello, ladies.
All the females who are both sharp-witted and decorative.
Yeah, well, we're a very...
Sharp-witted and decorative?
Still some amongst us who cling to their old-fashioned values.
Looking at you, Linda, looking at you. Yeah, I was like, Arthur's hosting a meeting without Tommy? What's going on here?
We've established that ladies are decorative.
Arthur
Arthur, can't you control your wine?
Linda just loves to talk for Arthur.
is offering 5 cents to the dollar on all deposits. Yeah.
It's only a loss of 95%. I love these shots of them walking on almost like a V formation down the streets of Birmingham with like the fire and everything going on from the city and the smoke and everything happening. So cool. There used to be more of them, but you know, here we are. Oh, back to the garrison. Oh, man.
Campaign for socialism. Perhaps next time, Holly, you won't wear earrings worth more than the pub.
Right. Family.
Her husband, Tommy and Lizzie got married?
Tommy told me that there was a pimp in East London who sold kids.
Kids, Lizzie.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
It's a particular opportunity. It's not to be repeated.
And it was the right thing to do.
So yeah, now they're just hired hitmen, basically.
Cash is king, and cash we have.
No one is going to hang you, Tommy. You're going to hang yourself.
She's probably right about that, and I don't like that foreshadow.
The thing is, Ada.
She's pregnant.
What? Oh my, Ada.
No one gives a who the father is.
Really? I already know who the father is.
Oh my, you're gonna share with the class?
We've had enough shocks for one day.
Oh, spicy.
Yeah, give it here. I'll keep it for him. I still have my first one.
Go weird family keepsake, your first bullet from when you're shot. Oh god.
Pay their own bills.
I think Tommy would do quite well in this role, as terrifying as it is. He just has a larger audience now.
Just wanted to say how much I enjoyed your speech. You speak very eloquent.
Sam Coughlin, if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Our constituency borders yours. And let me just say, you've come to my attention.
He's like, great, that's just what I needed to be on someone else's radar. I almost didn't recognize him. The mustache and his hair was it's not something I haven't seen him like before, but I'm pretty sure that's him.
Yeah. Spent a long time waiting for the cavalry, mate. Shot him in the head, stole his horse, reported him for cowardice. All for a game of chance.
Oh my god.
£50,000 in cash. Or I will steal your white horse from under you.
He's like, we had a deal. I'm not one to be messed with.
To a position of trust, in a place of power and privilege.
Man like me.
Yeah, he's like, if this information gets out, it's your ass, not mine. Oh, just to add insult to injury.
Sorry I'm late, Ada.
Shot him and stole his white horse. Whew.
If only he meant it, he'd be dangerous.
Didn't know you drank stout, Ada. Thought it was gin.
Only when she's pregnant. Yeah, oh my.
I'm told 2 more military contracts for vehicles and parts for the army in India are on their way to.
Is this the baby daddy?
Though in the bar last night, Mr. Churchill's private secretary reckoned he lost £75,000 in 2 hours.
Oh my god. That's terrifying.
Once in Small Heath, you were Burning photographs of the king.
Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, coming back to me now.
Personal matters or business affairs.
Oh, well, no need to worry. I'm no gentleman.
And, of course, working in that city, it was impossible not to know your name.
He's like, yeah, how did you get this role now? He's like, I know you have a reputation of being a gangster.
The time that I was there was a major Campbell.
Oh, shoot. Yep.
With which I was never personally linked. And after which all convictions were quashed.
Yeah, it was like nobody ever went to jail for killing Campbell.
I asked a colleague of mine to carry out some research.
That's interesting, having this reporter from 10 years ago coming back now and being like, I remember you and where you are now. It's interesting to me.
Sometimes not alone. Sometimes with other men.
Oh my. You've been seen walking in the park with other men, and you're not married, and it's 1929.
Private lives should remain private. Not everything modern is good now, is it?
He's like, yeah, don't air my dirty laundry and I won't air yours.
You're gonna write this down in your little book.
I feel like this article will not be getting printed.
It's for us. Let's drink to the baby.
Polly seems mildly happy, which is good.
Oh, sweetheart. The baby's black.
Yeah, I'm guessing that guy that she met at the library is the dad.
Baby's eyes are golden. And you're gonna leave her with Aunt Polly every day to look after. To be born in the year 1930, where everything will be changed for the better.
I wish that were true. Who's this pupper?
Thank you.
Yeah, and those trombone shots. Ah, I love them. Ah, so cool. Yeah, we obviously missed a wedding between Tommy and Lizzie, but they're married now.
God's will. But you're not God.
Tommy might disagree with that plan. No, no, oh God. Oh my God, oh. Threatening him wasn't enough. You have to shoot him like 900 times in this very beautiful elevator. Oh. Oh my gosh. Bye, Mr. Levitt. So that was my first time watching Peaky Blinders Season 5, Episode 1. I thought it was a good episode, getting back into the swing of things, kind of setting up. They didn't have like a specific timeline, or it doesn't seem like there's going to be a big event yet for the end of the season. Sometimes they do that, you know, right off the bat. Here's what's going to happen, and then it kind of sets up the story. So we definitely met some new characters, and I'm curious to see how that's going to come into play. We don't really have like a new villain or anything yet. We started with everybody kind of scattered. You know, we've got Polly in Monte Carlo, Michael's in Detroit, and then everybody obviously after this big Wall Street crash decides to come home and they kind of have to regroup. We never find out how much money they lost, and I'm very curious if we will ever find out. I'm assuming it would be a significant amount, but they also have so much money at this point. It doesn't seem like they've lost everything. Like, they haven't alluded to, you know, this is a make or break deal for us. Like, we're going to be, you know, out on the streets, basically. Like, this seems like they're still going to be okay. It's obviously going to be a hit to the wallet. Yeah, I'm very curious if they ever reveal how much money they've lost. And like Tommy was saying, it's like, you know, the bank will give us 5 cents to the dollar or 10 cents to the dollar, which is a huge loss, obviously. And the fact that Michael knew about it, or Tommy told Michael to, you know, something's going to happen. We don't know what that conversation was, obviously, but it sounds like they had a little bit of a heads up that things were going to go badly, and Michael decided to kind of wait it out. And from the few scenes we saw with him in New York, it sounds like he's been more partying and just kind of doing whatever he wants, basically. So I feel like the reunion maybe in the next episode between Tommy and Michael will be very uncomfortable, because it feels like Tommy's just very frustrated that nobody is listening to him. He's like, I told Michael to do this. Why isn't he doing this? Honestly, I think if Tommy could clone himself and just have, you know, 9 versions of him running all the different versions of this, you know, company, and not have to include other members of his family, that's what he would do. That'd be his preferred plan, as everybody seems to let him down at some point. The new characters we did see were very brief. It seems like most of the cast is back. Everybody is back in their same roles, which is great. I'm glad they didn't recast anybody. Mr. Gold is back. We obviously saw an old older version of Ruby is in this, as she was just a baby at the end of the last season. And it sounds like Michael has a new girlfriend that is coming back to Birmingham with him, so I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen there. And we also saw this Mosley character who introduced himself to Tommy at the House of Commons. I recognize that actor and I really enjoyed his other performances, and I believe the girl that Michael is now seeing is from The Queen's Gambit, so I really enjoyed her, so I'm very excited with these new additions to the cast. The casting in the show has always been great, so I'm very curious to see what their roles will be throughout the season. We just had very quick scenes with them, but it was still nice to get that introduction, and it sounds like Tommy's going to try and use the stock market crash as an opportunity to make more money. Tommy is always, looking for opportunities, and he's like, that's so we have more than one source of revenue. Tommy is very smart and has lots of different things going on, and we find out about this hit that he was hired to do by this judge, and then the judge is like, I lost some money in the stock market, like I can only give you 20,000 and I was supposed to give you 50, and the judge is just kind of like throws the money on the table and is like, yeah, okay. And I don't think you realize the type of person Tommy is. And Tommy quickly tells him like, hey, I'll take the white horse right from under you and shoot you, basically. So you better pay up. Sounds like he has some very damaging photos that if they got out to the public would not do well for this judge. So I'm sure he will end up paying. And yeah, Tommy's like, I need money now more than ever, basically. So I'm sure this judge will end up paying the full amount that he owes Tommy, or things will go very badly. And Tommy's like, now is not the time for people to be, shorting me the money. We found out Ada is pregnant. It sounds like everybody kind of knows, but only Polly knows who the dad is. So I'm curious to see how Tommy will react when he finds out who the dad is. We only saw like that one scene with the father. I'm assuming that's who that is. She didn't tell him, but I think it was implied that that's who that was. And we don't know how long Ada has known this character, so whether they would get married, or like Polly said, like what if he runs away, like what's that gonna look like? So yeah, I'm very curious to see what's gonna happen there. Tommy and Lizzie also got married, but the time jump and everything, I don't know if they would have had like a big wedding or if it just would have been like a courthouse, sign some documents type of thing, as now she has a baby with Tommy as well. We saw Tommy talk to Grace's ghost, and I'm glad they're keeping her character still in the show in little pieces. The two of them, like, as the weird of relationship as it started out, and definitely some trust issues, but I genuinely feel like they really, really cared about each other. And obviously if Tommy's still thinking about her and, just can't let it go, and I feel like that bond was just so real between them. I was not expecting the return of that journalist who was at the fire of burning the King's pictures. I think that was season 1 even, and Tommy's the one who calls the media down to report on this, and then to have him come back into play like 10 years later and say like, hey, like I used to know you at Birmingham, you were not exactly associated with the most favorable characteristics, and now suddenly you're running for the Socialist Labor Party. So what happened there? And we saw what happened to him in the elevator, so I don't feel like he'll be poking around asking too many more questions. It was just interesting to have that person kind of represent all those people who know Tommy's family and their past and all the things that they've done, and bring it back up. And Tommy was just like, I have nothing to do with this, like stop asking about Campbell, like it wasn't linked to me. We know he was definitely very involved, but is smart enough to stay far enough away from the actual crime. The opening started with Arthur reading this letter from the Angels of Retribution, and then we see them go to Chinatown, and when Finn is shot, the bullet has Chinese writing on it, so maybe this season will be against the Chinese. So there was a lot going on this episode. There was just kind of like little pieces here and there. So I'm very curious to see what the next episode will be about, and if they will identify kind of like a straightforward enemy, or if it'll just kind of be a little bit of everything this season. It felt like Arthur was very much feeling out of place, which we've seen before. He's always kind of, second or third even, and then Linda is kind of speaking for him and trying to get him more involved, and whether that's something he actually wants or Linda's just pushing for it. Arthur's like, I'm not the chairman, I'm the doorman, basically, and Linda's like, okay, no, go have this meeting, and Tommy is not there, and Arthur definitely seemed a bit nervous to be having this meeting, and he was just kind of rambling and just repeating things they already knew, and everybody's like, okay, let's just wait for Tommy anyways. I don't know if Arthur wants that leadership role. I think he wants to be appreciated by Tommy more and treated like an equal, but I don't know that he wants to be the big man in charge. much. And I feel like Arthur is stuck between Linda and Tommy most of the time, because Linda just does things for Arthur and speaks for him, and even at the table, you know, she's the one having most of the conversation with Tommy. I feel like Linda wants Arthur to be this boss, but I don't think Arthur wants that. I think Arthur even said, he's like, I've accepted who I am, so you need to accept who I am, basically. Overall, I thought it was a good episode. I'm very curious to see where this season is going to go. I feel like this episode was just kind of planting the seeds for some things, so yeah, I'm very curious to see where those storylines are going to progress. It was great to see some new characters. I love that they're back in Birmingham, and we had some, you know, similar shots of them walking down the street, and they're back at the garrison and just revisiting all those old places we saw in previous seasons. I'm glad all the same cast is back. I was worried maybe they would recast some people, but it's great to see everybody back. Same theme song. I love that they're using real life, you know, historical events, and how everybody kind of started off scattered, you know, in all these different places, and now everybody's come back together again. They mentioned Jessie Eden. It sounded like Tommy had a phone call with her. We didn't get to see her on camera, but I'm curious to see how much her character will be involved this season as well. It was interesting to finally see Tommy in like the House of Commons and, you know, giving his speech, and even Ada's like, yeah, it would be terrifying if he actually believed it, you know, like he's putting on a great show, but I think he also enjoys having this audience as well. I think he loves being a leader, so it's definitely an interesting dynamic there. I'm curious to see what Tommy's plan is to turn this stock market crash into an opportunity, what that's gonna look like. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. I don't know why there'd be a phone booth out in the middle of nowhere. I'm curious if they'll ever say how much money they actually lost. What are they burying? A horse? Sharp-witted and decorative? A weird family keepsake, your first bullet from when you're shot. Shot him and stole his white horse. Yeah, I'm guessing that guy that she met at the library is the dad. Just shoot him like 900 times in this very beautiful elevator.